Hi there. So I'm gonna wait and see if we can get some people on. I will be pulling from Archangel Power Tarot cards for those who can make it on the live. I just want to start by tuning in. I have these beautiful little kind of like Tibetan symbols, and I'm just going to kind of clear the energy a little bit. So we're going to tune in 3 times. Okay, so I have this thing where I'm really lucky the first time that I do things. So the first time I did this, I had a lot of people that caught me at the right time. And of course we don't have anybody now, but if we get people on, I will pull cards for you. But in the meantime, I'll just use this space to speak about some updates with my spirituality business and just chat about that. So first of all, it is full moon in Virgo. And this is actually, this is an amazing time to detoxify your life, particularly like physical clutter, body clutter. This would be a good time to kind of do assessments about your health and changes you want to make in your health, letting go of negative habits with your body, ways that you might like harm your body through food or, certain types of substances. This is a really good time for that. This is also a good time to kind of put a lot of work energy into something you're passionate about serving. I myself am a Virgo. I'm a really strong Virgo. My Sun, Venus, Mars, and Mercury are all in Virgo. And in fact, this full moon is actually conjuncting my natal Mercury within 1 degree. And in fact, what I've been finding is that I've been doing a lot of communicating about my spirituality business. I'm newly approved on this healer website, and I've just been doing a lot with that. So communicating about the offering that's available, which I will be sharing with you all as well. Sorry, I have this bright light and it sometimes makes my eyes a little dry. So I'm newly approved on this healer website. It's called healingclouds.com. Hi, Brandy. I am going to pull cards from Archangel Power Tarot, so I'll happily pull for you. I'm just going over some announcements for those that watch the replay. So feel free to say hello in the chat. Let me check if I have chat. There we go. Yeah, so it's this healing website. It has all different types of practitioners on there. It's really cool. They're currently doing a promotion where you can receive a free 60-minute angel therapy session with me. And it's a really, really great deal for you. It still benefits, it's still an exchange because I need reviews. I'm new on the site, so when the session ends, you can leave me a review. But this is a $111 value that's completely free for you right now. So I would strongly recommend inquiring about that. If you're interested, you can email me. I'm going to put my email here in the chat. And you can email me and let me know that you're interested. And I will follow up with a document. I've prepared a Google Doc with all of the sign-up details, and it makes it really nifty for you to learn everything it's about and how to sign up for that. And it's a really great deal. There's just a few, you do need to have certain requirements in place, so I will need to kind of briefly chat with you to find out if you are eligible in terms of like the devices that you use and the technology access you would have to do it, because it's through video chat. So that's that. I will be, shortly after this, I will actually be preparing the general public moon report. I have one more customized moon report for the month of March to do. I do those at the end of every month for the next month ahead. That's one of my paid offerings, and it's really, people love them. I go into your astrology chart and I speak specifically to how the upcoming moon cycles, the new and full moons of that month, will be affecting you based on what's in your chart. And I also do a card pull for each month. It's a really, really great offering that I have, and people love it. So if that is tempting you or of interest to you, let me know. It's not too late. And then I have a general public one I do. It's very brief. I do a single card pull. It's not customized to your astrology in any way. I just speak generally about the transits going on. But it's still, a nice offering. And for that, again, email me at that email there, and you can get on the email newsletter list for that. I do customize those, you know, every time, so they're not thank you, Brandy. So they're not you know, generic in any way. I actually write those out and all of that. So I'm trying to think if there's any other announcements here. So I spoke about the fact that it's full moon in Virgo. I spoke about the customized moon reports, the general reports coming out soon. I spoke about healing clouds. I think we're good. Just if you have received a healing cloud session, or if you are planning to receive one, please, please, please tell friends about it. Definitely looking to spread the word, and it's more meaningful to me if I can spread the word with trusted people that I know, you know, would be interested. So if you're watching this in the replay or whatnot, please, please shout out, give me an email, let me know if you're interested, and tell a friend as well. So Brandy, would you like me to pull a card for you? I'm just like blinking because my eyes get really dry with all these lights I put on. Yay, thank you, Brandy. Yeah, and you also can share this live. That also helps too, because it brings people on that wouldn't know that it's going on. Yay! Okay, so this is Archangel Power Tarot cards. And I felt like this would be a really good deck to use because I know a lot about Virgo energy, being a Virgo myself. And one of the things that Virgos are really, really good at is helping other people and being of service to other people. Sometimes what they need more help with is understanding how to kind of advocate for their own needs, and, you know, how to not sort of take care of everybody all the time, I guess you could say. So these cards are very much about, you know, empowerment, self-empowerment, confidence. So I just felt like they'd be really good to work with for this full moon. So Brandy, do you want a general card pull? I want to see if I'm going to, I'll be right back. I want to see if I can shut this light so I don't have to blink so much. Let's see, is it too dark? Yeah, it's too dark. Let me put it back on. Okay. Okay. All right, so I want to get one of those. They have like these little selfie lights that you mount to the front of your cell phone. It's one of my purchase goals for sure. Okay, so let's see. What does Brandy need to know right now? Let me confirm this is for you. Okay, so we've got 4 Gabriel. This is a really awesome card, Brandy. I'm going to put it up really close and then I'm going to take a look at it because I need to channel. So it says, 4 Gabriel, time for a celebration, abundant resources for hard work, release yourself from burdensome situations. So you can see here that there's like kind of like a man who's sweeping her off her feet. They're in this gazebo. Archangel Gabriel is in the background. You know, Archangel Gabriel is, she's been coming up a lot today actually, because I did another reading just before and she came up really strongly in that. So this is about communication and also about strength, throat chakra, helping children, teaching, all of those good things. And, you know, in general, this card is cool because you can see the ocean or like the water in the background, but then there's also like a structure here, like a castle. And then it's very lush and green, and there's even flowers in the front, you know, so this is kind of a romantic card. This is also a card just kind of affirming that things are, even if it doesn't seem that way. Yeah, that's right. I forgot with the Archangel Gabriel card. So perfect. So, you know, this is just affirming that even if things don't seem kind of perfect right now, that you can trust that it's okay for you to take a break and to allow yourself to receive and to kind of celebrate. Hi, Suzanne. Let me know if you're interested in a card pull. I'm using Archangel Power Tarot cards, and I was just going over some announcements about things with my business, which I can repeat. So yes, so Brandy, this is a positive card. This is like saying it's okay for you to take a break. I'm wondering if things with you and your fiance, maybe there's something romantic that's budding. You know, I also would interpret this card as like, maybe it would be a good time for the two of you to go on a date. Maybe you've been stressing a lot, and maybe it would be good for the two of you to go on a date and, you know, have somebody watch Gabby and see if you could make that happen. Because I feel like, you know, this is just saying that you've been working really hard. I think things have been stressful, and it would be good to just take some time like that. Good, I'm glad. So Suzanne, would you like for me to pull a card for you? Let me know. Good, good, I'm glad. So I just want to see. Okay, great. So I'm just going to do a general card pull for you, Suzanne. So what does Suzanne need to know right now? Oh, we got two. And if I'm, oh, thank you, Brandy, I received that. If I'm squinting, I'm not tired. It's just this really bright light. I have like every light humanly possible on in my room, because when you don't have enough light, these lives don't look so good. So I want to get one of those. I was telling Brandy I want to get one of those mounting things for the cell phone that gives you light. So we have, for you, Suzanne, 3 of Gabriel. Again, so this is crazy because the previous card was with Archangel Gabriel. So Archangel Gabriel again coming through so strongly tonight. So this is 3 of Gabriel, and this is a cool card because it literally says, you know, prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. And you can actually see this like ship here, right, with all the sails up, and there's kind of this like fancy lady who's coming up to the dock. So this card is very much saying like your ship is coming in, you know. 3 representing like the Holy Trinity and also ascended masters. So, you know, this can be also that you're taking a trip soon. You can see that she has her bags actually on the dock. They're like her luggage is packed up and ready to go. So I wonder if you're thinking about taking a trip soon, Suzanne, maybe to the water or to the ocean. If you're not, this might be a good nudge to do that. But either way, this card is just affirming that you've done a lot of good planning in this area and at this time, and it's really good for you to trust that you can take a trip. The other card you have, which maybe will give some clarity, is Queen of Gabriel. I love this card. I get this card a lot too. And this is passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. And you can see this really confident, you know, woman, and she's sitting on a throne, and there's kind of like a cat at her foot. And this definitely has kind of like an Egyptian energy to it. You can see like the sand dunes in the background, you know, and the imagery, there's even kind of like these crossing bugles, if you will, and then like the wings, and then on this side there's actually an elephant, so it could also be kind of, you know, kind of like an Indian theme as well. But this card, whenever I get this card is very much saying, you know, believe in yourself, trust that you can make things work, that you can make things happen. Believe in yourself enough to trust that you have the gifts and the abilities to succeed in this area. Trust yourself enough that you have the ability to attract the people you need to help you out. Delaware beaches, perfect. Yeah, so that's confirming this. Awesome. Yeah, and I feel like this card is affirming like this, things will go well with that, you know, and also to just trust that, you know, you're a wise woman, whether you want to admit it or not, Suzanne, and you, even if the confidence isn't within you all the time, you're able to attract people that can help you. Like even how we found each other and I offered about the session, and then you took up the opportunity to receive, right? So really just trusting, got a notification, but I don't know if I want to, there we go. So even just trusting that you're okay, you know, that you got this and that things are under control. So these are really great cards, and what's so fun is that Archangel Gabriel just really coming through right now strongly for everyone. So let me know how that was for you, Suzanne. And I think I'm going to pull a card, just a general card for everybody right now. I'm feeling called to do that. So let me do that. So what do we all need to know right now? Aw. Thank you, Suzanne. I received that. So this is 4 of Raphael. Seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. This is for everyone right now. And you can see that Archangel Raphael is there in the background. There's like the beach there. And this is very much also about inner child. You could see like the seashells and, you know, she's smiling. And this is 4, so this is an angel number as well. Honestly, what's really coming through strongly with this card, because this is for everyone, is that right now there's a lot of Neptune energy going on. So as I was mentioning, it's Virgo full moon, which is the opposition to Pisces, which is the season that we're in. And there's really a lot of strong Neptune aspects going on. In the earlier portion of the week, it may still be the case. I'd have to check the current transits. Neptune was actually conjuncting, which in astrology means paired together with, or like really close to, Mercury. That's very uncomfortable for Mercury because Mercury is at home with Virgo. It's not at home with Pisces. And Neptune is, you know, literally Poseidon, like the sea god, right? Like the ruler of the seas. Hi, Alex. Let me know if you'd like for me to pull a card for you. So, you know, Neptune being this ruler of the seas, well, what is the ocean? Well, it's associated with emotion and just, you know, kind of there's so much mystery in the ocean and it's so vast and so deep, it can't be contained. So that's what Neptune, the planet, you know, Neptune represents in astrology. It is this spiritual component, this unseen. It's related to our feelings and our emotions. It's the complete opposite of like facts and figures and concrete information, which is what Mercury is really good at doing, is transmitting information with clarity. So having Neptune with Mercury means that sometimes like the facts and the figures are not, we might make mistakes. It could almost feel a little bit like a Mercury retrograde right now, even though it's not. That won't start for about 3 more weeks. So, you know, just be mindful of that. And honestly, this is a time where it's actually very good to take a visit to the beach or a body of water. If you can visit the ocean, all the better. That would be the best. And this is also really a time to kind of just get into that Piscean energy. So allow your inner child to be at play, you know, and allow yourself to not feel so like you have to have all the answers. This is actually a time to dream and to visualize and to call in what you want. You know, when the astrological calendar shifts to Aries, that's a fire sign and it's cardinal fire. So it will be very much more about taking charge, moving forward. And we will have a bunch of retrogrades coming up. First Jupiter is coming up really soon, and we're going to have Mercury, Saturn, we're going to have a bunch. But there's going to be other changes going on in the astrology, like with Uranus and such. So if you're interested in learning more about the current transits and how they will be affecting you in your chart, I would strongly recommend inquiring about, I put my email earlier up in the chat, inquiring about getting a customized moon report. I do those monthly, or I do full service astrology readings where I go really in depth with your chart, and it's very supportive and nurturing. So Alex, let me know if you're still on. I'm not sure if you are, because it looks like we just have one more. What, maybe Brandy is just still left, but Alex, if you're still on, I'll pull a card for you. If not, I'm happy to answer any questions, astrology-wise, whatever. And if we don't really have too many people, I will probably end this session a little earlier. I have to figure out a way to resolve this whole dry eye blinking because the lights thing, because it's a little bothersome. Yay! Well, since Brandy and Suzanne, yay! Well, Brandy and Suzanne, since you have me, is there another, perhaps a specific question I could pull a card for you on? Since you have me all to yourselves, I would be happy to do that. Yeah, it's because I have these, my dog may bark in a couple seconds. Thank you, Brandy. Yeah, I have this really bright light to help with the lighting, and it's just like I have a candle, I have this light, and that, I have all these lights on, and just for some reason when I do the live, it just like my eyes just dry out. It's the weirdest thing. I think it's also it's just funny because I'm a really strong Virgo. It's Virgo full moon, so it's a lot of earth energy, and then we're in Pisces season, so I also have to remind myself to drink more water. And you also, during Pisces season, you might be finding that you're having a lot of dreams, and you could be having very confusing dreams, or just thanks, Suzanne. Just, I know I've been dreaming a ton, and then I wake up and I'm so confused. I just don't even understand what any of it was about. And, Neptune actually rules dream time. Yeah. So you'll find during Pisces season that you'll have a lot more dreams, and, a lot of times our dreams do contain information. Freaky dreams, yeah. Last week I was having some, unfortunately, like violent dreams. It was kind of scary. But this week it's not that. It's just confusing. And Neptune can create confusion as well, depending upon how it's aspected in someone's chart and such. Because again, it's the ocean. It's associated with the ocean. So like, I gave this analogy to people that if we took a document and I were to take this and put this into the ocean, I would have a lot of difficulty being able to extract the exact details of what that document says. I'd have to figure out the exact location that it is, and then I'd have to send a dive team, and there'd be so many steps. So that is not what Neptune provides. Neptune provides, emotions and intuition and sort of the unseen, the actual lack of clarity. And through that lack of clarity, we can actually be less focused on all the details and get actually more into just understanding how we feel, So let me know if either of you are interested in a specific card pull, because you have my attention and I will happily do that for you. And then I think after that, I will end. Also, I am planning to do the general moon report, the next moon report issue. So Suzanne, I'm not sure if you're on my email list for that. I think you are. It would come up as Julianne Faye's Mystic Moon Report Collective. I send them out twice a month, but I'll be working on that after this. It's just been busy because Okay. Yeah, no, that's a really, really good question, but it got rescheduled. I would not be phased at all about the rescheduling. I would associate that very much with this Neptune energy. In fact, I think you and I have been learning too that yay! Yeah, very much. They're not on Facebook. These are directly through email. You have to be on the email list for it. So, because I speak about, they're not customized to your astrology. That's like a paid offering that I do monthly. But it's a single card pull. I usually include some type of fairy poetry in it. And then I also speak about the current transits just briefly. So, but yeah, I can pull on that, Brandy. I would not be phased at all about the fact that it's rescheduled. Definitely. So Suzanne, just send me an email to Julianne Faye. I'll put it here in the chat again. Just email me and say, I want to be on the reports, because when I send it shortly, I will make sure I add you to the list. And let's see here. Okay. Yeah, they're really, really good. And I also do an audio recording as well. All of it's short because it's, free. But it's a great way to kind of just get a little boost about the current moon. And, I do really enjoy doing them. I always use a specific fairy deck when I do that. So, but yeah, so Brandy, I would not be worried at all about the fact that it's rescheduled. With the Healing Clouds thing, I'm just gonna take this off. I've had so many people needing to reschedule appointments, and it's very much like, it's not Mercury retrograde, but it kind of feels like Mercury retrograde because things are not clear and need to be rescheduled or redone. So I wouldn't be worried about that at all. It doesn't mean anything bad. Let's see what we have here in the cards. So We'll phrase the question specifically as, so I'll phrase it as, what does Brandy need to know in regards to her fiance's job search? Because when I do readings, it's important that I do them for the person that's giving consent, which in that case would be you, right? So that's what I'll do. Okay, so what does Brandy need to know right now in regard to her fiance's job search? Aw. Yes, I'm glad I got to see you too, Suzanne. And I will try and make a mental note to make sure you're on the list. But if you can send me an email, it's a definite, and these are also the things that if you were to like email me tomorrow, I absolutely could forward it to you as well. So, okay, so for you, Brandy, you have number 6, the Lovers. And, this card says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. And I see there, Archangel Raphael, he's actually standing like on top of a mountain. So Archangel Raphael is like overseeing this situation with the two of you. And, honestly, what I'm getting from this is just that no matter what happens, you guys are in it together. Like your love is pure and you're committed to each other. So regardless of kind of what happens, whether this job works out or it's a different one, I think you guys got it. You'll figure this out. So I think just kind of, good, I'm glad. I think just coming back to a place of love about the situation is the best way to handle it, just saying like, we love each other, we love ourselves, working on the self-love and the love for, and just acknowledging your love for each other, your love for your family, all of that is just going to bring more love in, into this situation and just really bring healing and everything. And even if it doesn't work out, it's a step in the right direction, right? Because some interview activity is better than no interview activity. Good, I'm so glad. So yeah, that's a really good one. It looks really good there too. All right, well, I think I'm gonna end this here. So I'm sending much love to everybody that, was on this live and also gets to listen to the replay. Like I said, I have really good... Oh, Candace, okay, I'll be happy to pull a card for you. And also, Candace, I sent you some messages back and I shared my email. Check in this chat. I put my email and I can email you the sign-up details for the Healing Clouds thing because I think it would be so great for you to receive from that. And I would love to do that for you. So you can email me at juliannefae, JulianneFae @gmail.com, and it's in the chat. You should find it actually twice in the chat. Good, good, good. So let me pull a card for you, Candace. So what does Candace need to know right now? Ooh, okay. You've got, thank you, Brandy, I received that. 5 of Raphael. And this card says, everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. And you can see here that there's a woman here and she's got this beautiful dress on. There's like this chandelier and Archangel Raphael is there. So it's interesting too because the archangels that came through really strongly tonight were Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael. So I would encourage those people in the call to, and the replay here, to call in those archangels. I actually have a digital curriculum for sale, which is very affordable. It's $15, and I have all these different archangels. And what I've done is actually, it's adapted from a really cool course by Robert Reeves, but I have like a crystal association, aura colors, purpose of all these different archangels, and then I've actually audio recorded that particular archangel cheat sheet per page. So you have different ways that you can learn and receive that information. So if that interests you, let me know. But anyway, so this card is very much about just, the biggest thing about this card is see how there's like these gifts here and all these gifts are opened. But she's kind of not looking at the gifts, she's looking into the dark part of the room. And then the angels are there in the background saying, you know, like, we're here. So this card, and this is the energy of 5, which also is about change, right? In spirituality, in numerology, 5 represents change. It's also associated with money. So maybe you've had something where like, perhaps you had a lot of blessings coming in and now it's not, or you know, maybe you thought that you had something situated in terms of money and then it's not, and then it fell through. And you know, this woman in the card, she's kind of focusing on sort of like the shadow part of the story, but really what is more productive to focus on is the fact that angels are always helping us, and we always have these gifts that are, you know, we're able to open. And right, it's a good one, and I can relate to this too, for sure. You know, so this card is very much saying like, relish the gifts that you've already opened, you know, and relish what's already there. You know, just because something didn't work out doesn't mean that, yeah, just because something didn't work out doesn't mean that it's, you know, that something better won't be coming through, you know. Just as a personal example, I had some really kind of wild and crazy activity with a Muggle World job, and I thought I was going to be doing this big move, and it was very exciting. It happened during the eclipse, the last eclipse, and then it completely flatlined, like out of nowhere. It was crazy. Like, it started really fast, and it was a wild week of my life, and then it ended really, really fast. And you know, it was slightly upsetting and heartbreaking. I definitely grieved about it, and there was also other things that piled up, other parts of my life that piled up at that time too, that just really added to everything, you know. But I have to say that it forced me to literally confront a lot of heart chakra healing, and to actually witness like that pain, and to allow myself to love myself through it. And I genuinely can say that as a result of that, my heart kind of formed bigger and bolder than I think it's ever been, by the pile up of having to go through all of that pain, emotional pain from all these different life areas at the same time. It just really transformed me. So I can relate, you know, I can relate where you can get into a state where you're like, oh, well, what I want is over here, and you're looking at the lack, but actually there's all these gifts that are present, you know, yet to be opened, right? So this is a gift that you made it onto the live, that you received a card pull. You know, it's a gift that there's this really cool promo going on with the Healing Clouds website, you know, where you can receive a free hour from me. That's actually valued at $111. So that's like $111 of abundance straight to you, right? So, you know, it's very much right now, the biggest message is about being mindful of our feelings and using our feelings to respect the way that we feel, and to transmute the feelings, and not let the feelings own us, you know. And I'll also say too that if it feels like it's quiet right now in terms of like activity, and you feel like things are a little boring right now, it's not necessarily true, because during Pisces season things are hidden, you know. So because it's the water element, things operate under the surface in this more emotional realm as compared to the physical. So things are happening, it's just that we can't see them in the physical reality, and then we're like, oh, I'm so bummed that things aren't the way that I want them to be. But that doesn't mean it'll stay that way forever, you know. So I'm sending everyone so much love and light. I hope that this was super helpful, and I definitely would love to hear from people that listen to this on replay. Leave a comment. Let me know how this was for you, and feel free to email me with questions. I also will be sending out that general moon report probably shortly after this. I'll be working on that. A Virgo's got to do what a Virgo's got to do on Virgo full moon. And I've just been so busy with all these different things, so I'm grateful for that. Much love, everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.